Lamine Yamal Nasraoui turns 16 today. He has spent 9 of those years playing for Barca, the club where he will soon begin his 10th season. The great pearl of La Masia can already sign his first professional contract, and although he is still a teenager, Lamine faces his first year as a youth player with a background unbefitting of his age. His surname is Nasraoui Ebana, and not Yamal, which is his middle name. With a Moroccan father and a mother from Equatorial Guinea, Lamine Yamal was born in Esplugues, but his family moved first to Mataró and then to Granollers. He lives in La Masia. He has lived his last years in Sant Joan d'Espí at La Masia. In the Barca residence, Lamine is a much-loved boy thanks to his very good behavior. His humility and shyness stand out there, although he is also known for his jokes and gets on well with the other residents. Pasta is his favorite dish, and he has a weakness for sweets. Like everyone else, he follows the advice of director Mike Puig to the letter, 5 years and 7 aside summer 2014. At the age of 7, Lamine Yamal began his football training at Barca. David Sanchez, coach of the Prebenjamin, manages to put together a group of boys from 2007 who look very good, including Lamine Yamal, a very skillful left-footed striker who arrives from La Torreta. La Torreta? Some people have never heard of this modest club from La Roca del Vallès, but the club's observers don't let any team in Catalonia go unwatched to track and capture talent, a word that defines Lamine from his first training session and his first match. In his 5 years in 7-a-side football, from pre-Benjamin to Alavin A, Lamine Yamal stands out for his technical quality. His left foot is a marvel, capable of finishing, dribbling, and passing with surgical precision. His coaches place him as a center forward, although in Barca's 1-3-2-1 formation, he can also adapt to playing at left back. Living with COVID. The leap to 11-a-side football is not easy, but for little Lamine, football has no secrets. In the Infantile B team, with Albert Puig as coach, Lamine Yamal continues to rack up huge numbers of goals and assists. But the most remarkable thing about his football is that he lacks the selfishness typical of some technically gifted players. When you are better than your teammates and opponents, you run the risk of wanting to play alone. But Lamine never succumbed to that temptation. His football is explosive, but at the same time generous. His plays are brilliant, but he never loses sight of the fact that the goal is to win. Playing well and beautifully is not about showing off a fireworks technique. His dribbles or his brilliant touches are to break lines, create and score goals, not to win a showmanship contest. His football is very aesthetic, but always very practical too. In these 2 years of infantile level, the pandemic slowed down his projection. In March 2020, he finished his first year at that level, and the second resumed from the first weeks of 2021, having to play a compressed league schedule. First big leap. Although he had played few matches in 11-a-side football due to the pandemic, the management of the youth team decided that he had to move directly to Ivan Carrasco's Cadete A, skipping the Cadete B led by Pol Planas. It was a risky decision that worked out well, very well. If in the 2 years at infantile level Lamine alternated between the position of the no 9 with no 7, in the season 2021-22, Lamine consolidated himself as a brilliant false 9. In this position, Lamine was able to be a creator and a scorer, to participate a lot in the game, and at the same time to step into the box to finish the job. His last game with the Cadete A in the final of the Catalan Championship against Sant Andreu was remarkable. The comments from the fans who came to Martorell agreed. The footballing display they had witnessed was of another level. Everything seemed to suggest that in his second year as a cadet, the club would decide to take him up a step and promote him to the Juvenile B. It was not to be. They opted for another unprecedented leap in the history of La Masia. A cadet was to start the season for all intents and purposes with the Juvenile A team. Not even with Leo Messi was such a brave decision taken, and it worked out very well once again. Another unexpected boost under the orders of Oscar Lopez, Lamine Yamal once again surprised everyone with another extraordinary leap in quality. In this case, his position has changed again, and he has consolidated himself during the whole season as a right winger. He has not been a no 7 in the usual way, one of those who wait for the ball and try to unbalance defenses and cross. Lamine has offered much more. He has made the team look for him in such a way that the game has pivoted towards a sector of the pitch that is normally only occasionally activated. Lamine made the right wing a starting position from which he has been able to link up with the full back and the interior midfielder of his flank, and in turn with the No. 9 and the left winger in a very natural way. His symphony of passes sounded like heavenly music. Lamine has lost none of his spark, speed, or dribbling and finishing ability, but this past season he has managed to stand out with his pinpoint, imaginative passing. His magical football made exclaim during a Barca TV commentary. "It's not Lamine Yamal, it's Lamine Genial. That's all for today. Thanks for watching."